Hey there viewers, welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. Got a 2010 Prius. I don't know what engine's in it. It's big and it's rotted out. Not the engine, but the subframe. Subframe's all rusty on this one. Guy wants a new subframe, new lower control arms, and also wants new brake lines that run front to rear because they're rusty in the back, and wants some new brake flex hoses in the rear also. All customer request. I've got some parts over here, so let's get after it. Here's what we're dealing with. I picked us up a used subframe that's in a lot better shape than the one that's on the car. She's not mint, but she's pretty nice. We've got two first aid kits here from our local Toyota dealer. They came with all the parts. Not sure what this means. Hopefully it's not an omen. I don't even know what an omen is. OEM brake lines on the floor. OEM control arms, ball joints, can of brake parts cleaner. Lots of nuts and bolts. There's the ball joints. I'll show you what's going on under the car here. She's pretty crusty. So you can see the rot holes through the subframe. She's getting real thin through here. But the whole inside of it's rusted out. Probably looks superficial, but trust me, she's pretty crusty. And then, like I say, nothing wrong with the ball joints that are in it currently, but they all have to be unhooked. He wanted all new stuff. Like I said, this is all customer request. So we're going to do that. Obviously, we'll have to do a wheel alignment once that's finished. And then the brake lines, they hook up there, which I think we're going to end up doing once the frame's out. And it's these two brake lines here that run underneath the plastic. They come back. One goes along the gas tank this way, around town and over to this hose, and he wants to change those because the end zone there, you can see where the end goes into that bracket, because they're getting pretty rusty. So he wants those replaced, wants these new flex lines put on, wants these new lines here replaced that go to the flex hoses there. And then that line there, that one's not as bad as the one on the other side, but wants it done all the same. Anyhow, she's kind of crusty, but we're gonna see if we can salvage it. First thing first, we're gonna get all the wheels peeled off it, and we're gonna start with the front subframe. Use your words here, fella. Because, like I mentioned, we have to be able to get to those brake lines. So I don't know how the job's gonna go. Hopefully all the bolts come loose. McCoy's getting the wheels peeled off before he heads back to school, and then we're gonna raise it up. We're gonna get some of the plastic shields and all that junk off from underneath, and then get after it. I think we're gonna be okay just taking the little plastic shield off back here. Broke. Oh, we got one off. 1 out of 3 or 4 ain't bad, I guess. Plastic tends to get a little old and brittle here over time. We'll put new clips in it. Somebody's replaced this one already, but so we'll put new clips in it when we're done. I think this front one we can leave on there. We only have to get to just that bolt there. I think the rest of everything else is exposed. Set there on that tire pile, if you would. And then let's see, this one's got to come off, so we'll get a little flathead and we'll pop these 4 clips out and get that metal shield off there. Just figured we get all these plastic shields and stuff off right now. Get them out of the way, see if we're going to have any issues here. So these just go up on metal studs in the body. They're kind of nice for putting them on because you don't have to thread them on. You just give them a push. And they click up on the threads, but you have to kind of hold down on the plastic sometimes to get them started. And then these are little one-way deals here. This style, these are kind of a pain. Well, I don't know, maybe we get our screwdriver. Is our screwdriver good for me? Yeah, well. Can't hold down on them a little bit here. There it goes. Yeah, no. Usually a few pounds of dirt on this stuff. There we go. What's that, man? Oh, it's on. You just ruined the video.
No.
No, you did.
Do you want me to call the owner of the Lease?
Now that we have our little plastic shields off, we're going to see about getting these cotter pins out of the tie rod. As long as they're not rusted right in place. This style does have a little lock on it there. Let's see. Kind of flick that back. Car's pretty rusty. Come on. All right, so there's that style cotter pin. We might have to give it a squeeze back. Well, we'll fiddle with that when we go put it together. We're a long ways from that point yet. Looks like 17 mil, and we zippy zap those off. A little 3/8 gun will do it or not. Yes, sir. Thread that back on there. Get it down a ways. Stick our 17 socket back on there with a little adapter. Give that a whack. Yeah, SP Tools makes these little guys. I think that's who makes that one. I'm pretty sure they're made by SP Tools. Put them in the end of your socket or your extension or whatever so you can whale on it. Tie rod's unhooked. We do need to unhook the sway bar link. I think we're gonna do that down lower. I think it's easier to get to because we're gonna end up having to put some vice grips on the backside, let's be honest. The days of sticking your Allen socket in there have long since passed. And then we need to unhook something. We need to unhook the steering shaft, I know that. So we'll probably let the car down, throw the seat belt through the steering wheel just to make sure that's not gonna move. I hope this rack and pinion survives. That looks a little crusty. That's gonna have some electrical connectors on it somewhere, so we're gonna have to get to also. Old tow truck driver's trick. I don't know if these have a steering column lock. I don't think they do. But we just run the loop your seat belt down and through and then hook it back. And that keeps that from going round and round like a record baby when you unhook the steering shaft and breaking your clock spring. It's our lucky day. The threads or the bolt must be seized in the sway bar there a little bit. 17 mil, same as a tie rod, so we're going to come back at it with this. Just like that. There you go, Quay. Knock that one out over there. So that was kind of helpful with that being stuck in there. There's that and that. I think we're good. Now I don't see any connectors on the rack, so it must be the electric assist for this is up inside the dash. Maybe it's an electric column, you know, I don't know. I've grabbed some sockets, 17, 19, 21, and I'm gonna start ripping and tearing here. Just let the camera roll and see what we see. Start loosening up some of these bolts. We're gonna have to take the nuts and bolts off the ball joints. For the time being, I'm just gonna leave the ball joints right in the knuckles. And then we'll just take them out at a later date. So that's that. Let's get after it. Oh, what the frig? don't think it's necessary to take these off yet. We have to get to the rack and pinion nut. This just holds the sway bar in. I guess we can just crack them loose. Just kind of leave them in there for the time being. Yeah, those ones are for the lower control arm, so I guess we don't have to meddle with those. See if this comes loose, hopefully. If it does, we'll just run it out, run it back in, because we're not ready to really let it down just yet. But all right, there's that one, easy peasy. Oh, it's our lucky day. Lucky days. The no mercy reversey. Alright, so we got all of our ball joint nuts and bolts. Got the 4 bolts there for the front portion of the frame. It's gotta be just about it, folks, right? We've got a couple wires here for the O2 sensor we gotta undo. Well, not really a couple, but just get this undone out of this wire clip here. There, spin it around. Let's go get some needle nose. I think this bracket was on the used frame. Hopefully it was, because this one's pretty well shot. Okay, there's that. Let's stick that back up there. Undo the connector, and then hopefully, well, I don't know if that's going to come off that bracket. She is pretty crusty. It's got the plastic all swelled up here. I'm going to try it. Oh, yes. Hallelujah. Yeah, she came undone all of a sudden. Yeah. Didn't even break it. Coming in clutch. There's another wire holder up on top of that bracket. I don't know if we're going to be as clutchy on that one. I'm going to see if I can't get it undone. It's not where you can see it. However, what you can see, I think what you can see is there's some bolts up inside here for that rear mount. So I'm going to have to get those off. One nut. Both nuts. There's that. So, a couple of these long bolts. Both these nuts. Oops. Need to see about the pinch bolt here. Whoa, man, down. Well, I think we can get to it right here. I think we'll be okay. You guys probably aren't gonna be able to see it. Uninherent. I'm gonna reach up here with a 12 mil. I'm gonna take that pinch bolt out. I think I'll be able to get it from back here. Push that up. I need my assistant. There's that. Before we slip that off though, we're gonna put a little paint mark on it. I don't know if these are a one-way deal or if they're just multi-splined. There's that. Stuck on here. Well, that was easy. All right, we'll pull the steering rack off there, and we'll start getting stuff transferred over to our new one. I need that. Probably a 19. Grab our 17. Oh, ah. These ones we're probably going to need to keep. Yeah, I don't think we came with that. These are for the rack and pinion. Back when rack and pinions were simple, kids. I don't think the sway bar will come off until we take the control arms off. That's my guess. At least one of them. Do we want to mess with the bolts or we just want to torch them off? We haven't even broke out the torch this whole video. I feel ashamed feel like I've let you down. 22 nuts and bolts. We've got new ones. Oh, how are we feeling, folks? I gotta go get a wrench, I guess. We're gonna need a different wrench. Let's see if the bolts that go through the front of the control arms, those are the ones that can prove to be challenging. These ones right here, we got a socket for them. Yes, sir. If those ones come out, then we won't get a torch. But if they don't come out, we'll get the torch. Today's your lucky day. Whoa, Chevy Thunder! Enough of that clickety-clack battery crap. Frickin' junk. Easy. This guy forgot to get a wrench. I keep taking these off because they're bifocals and they're super annoying. I mean, I like them when I need them, but otherwise they're super annoying. Oh, big dummy. You big dummy. We only needed to take one off, right? Right. So no sense even trying that other one. You let me down, little Thor. You let me down. What the world? What is going on in my reverser here? Maybe Thor's going to be embarrassed on national TV. I might have to send this one back to Astro, get her fixed. Came right out, easy peasy. Now the guy at the scrapyard won't be freaking out. Anything over a couple of feet, they get all sensitive about. That's our wire clip. That holds that oxygen sensor wire that came down through this rigmarole. I think that's all we needed. We didn't need any of this stuff. I don't think we need any of this stuff. But we have it just in case. Woo! That one's still warm. So where did we leave off? We're gonna put the sway bar in. Get everything kind of juiced up. I left all the bushings and everything on it as it was when we took it off. So make sure the bar's not all rusty underneath. The bushings are specific left to right. They're even labeled left and right. As well as the brackets, they're labeled left and right. We're probably gonna end up fluid filming this whole frame once we stick it up in there. According to service data, these are 64 pound-feet of torque. See if we can do it without tipping it over here. There we are, pretty close anyways. They stuck all the bolts back in it, which is really nice. The control arms. I guess we can stick our control arms on here, which we have brand new ones. Find out who's who. Let's see, we'll go like, oops. You didn't see that, did you? Flip this around. That's how it goes on the vehicle, left side, right side. This bracket's still good. We'll have to bend this up. It is bent, but it's a hell of a lot better than what we took off, that's for sure. We should be able to straighten that out. That's where that connector goes. There's that. There we go. Stick this on here before we forget. We got domestic dispute going on next door. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Alright, there's that. That holds the wire, comes around here, then weaves in and out through this. Let's get the control arms. Oh, what do we have here, boys? It's got the big R on it. R. Oh, it slips right in. And then all the 4 bolts were the same, right? Yes, sir. I don't remember which way that went. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that for a minute. Spray it on that one. Oh, suck it in there, Skinny. Of course, the same thing on this side. This one has an L on it. And if memory serves me right, which it often doesn't. Oh, I've been that. Let me get this over. Oops, farted a little bit right there. The bolt goes from the bottom to the top. So go ahead and delete your comment you were just writing to tell me that. I remembered. $172 pound-feet of torque on those. But we need to swap this one around because we did it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's what the comment section always tells us. 172 it says. That's a lot of pound-feet of torque. Get them leveled up or evened up so we can get them both. I don't know if we got enough lead in our pencil to squeeze that out, but 22, 172. Does this even go that high? I think so. I think this goes to 250. Might have to wait till we get it in the car. I don't know how we're going to hold it. Or we can hold it like that. We just got to hold the bolt there until it gets enough friction it won't move. That feels pretty good. Might be spinning the whole thing. No, we're close. No, she's spinning. A little hard on the gut. That 172. Now these are usually done at ride height here. So we'll leave, just for the sake of it, we'll leave them. These are vertical mount bushings. These don't matter. Those you can tighten. You can tighten those right now. These ones, I think service data said like tighten these to 76 and then jounce the car and then finish them at 172. We're just gonna leave them loose. Hopefully, not forget them. We'll stick our steering rack back in here. (102 pound-feet of torque. According to service data. Oddly enough, it's kind of bizarre. It says to be sure to tighten these bolts in order, starting at the left side first. I don't know why it would make a difference. Some engineer though, he knows about it. We don't. And it says to turn, specifically says to turn the bolt and hold the nut. Is what it tells me. It's not that size. That's what they say. So we're going to use torque setting number 1 on the Snug-a-Dugga gun. And we're going to go back to 102. We will start on the left side. Holding the nut. There it is. 102.7 to be exact. 102.7, the rust. Let's see, it's getting awkward here. You just made it weird, dude. How are we gonna do this? Actually, that nut might hold itself at this point. Just need that little bit extra. Always need a little extra. Is that it? All right, well, we have to change those brake lines before we do anything else with any of this. That bracket's good. That's good, that's good. I think we're pretty decent shape. Yeehaw.